I covered cutting and pre-fitting of the horizontal stair rails in the first two videos. Now let's get on with the rest of the work. We'll start by hauling the wood from the house back down to the pole barn where I can start sanding. Get the wood all ready to go down here. This is both sides in the back there is the everything along the top of the stairs, and then this row in front are those diagonals that we worked on. So I've got my orbital sander, and not looking forward to this, but it's got to be done. Here I am doing the first round of sanding. I condensed about 2.5 hours down into a 25-second clip. Now I got to work my way down from 80 grit to 120 and finally to 150 before these can be finished. Now if you line these things up end to end, they'd reach from here to St. Cloud. Well, maybe closer to 130 feet, but you know what I mean. You can probably tell by my attire that a little bit of time has elapsed since the last segment. And that's because a lot of time has elapsed. And so we finally got around to getting the poly on and getting everything ready to go. And it's now June and we're putting this stuff together. Alright, the stair rails are up. Let me show you what I did with these. I screwed them to the post. I had to countersink those, and I'll come back now with wood filler and fill those in, and we'll put a final finish on. So I did that all along here. And then I ran a finish screw at the top of each of these because the very bottom one here is pretty long. So I wanted those anchored. And I'll do the same with those. I'll fill those in. I originally intended to use epoxy and not have any screws, but unfortunately I did try that and the epoxy stuck real nice to the wood, but that's powder coating and it didn't stick well to powder coating. So I decided I better have a good clean mechanical fastener. So with that done, I can move to the rails upstairs. That's it. Stair rails are finished. All the holes have been filled, sanded down, and just looking for one more coat of poly. And upstairs, here we are. Miters turned out real nice. And just remember all of these rails were made from recycled church pews. Just some beautiful, beautiful oak. So again, all I've got to do now is get some poly back over those. You can already see where those plugs are. And the top rail looks a little different, and that's because it doesn't have any finish on it yet. So that will get poly and everything will look the same. So that's it. all done.